Have you ever noticed how the way you breathe changes when you're worried? Maybe your chest feels tight, your breath becomes shallow, and you realize you've been holding tension without even noticing. For many seniors, this happens daily. The worries may be about health, about family far away, or simply about the long stretch of quiet hours ahead. And without realizing it, stress takes root not just in the mind, but in the breath. But here's something powerful. The very act of breathing, the most natural thing we do, can become a tool for healing. Breathing exercises, simple and free, can help seniors calm anxiety, lower stress, and restore peace without medication. Imagine George, a 76-year-old widower in Arizona. After his wife passed, George found himself waking at 3 a.m, heart racing. His doctor ruled out heart disease and said, "It's stress." George was skeptical. "I can't stop worrying by choice," he said. But then a counselor taught him deep belly breathing. George described the first time he tried it. "I put my hand on my stomach, inhaled slowly, and felt the rise. Then I exhaled longer than I inhaled. Within minutes, my heart slowed. I didn't think it was possible." George still misses his wife, still faces challenges, but now he says, "When anxiety comes, I breathe it away." This is the heart of today's journey. 6 breathing exercises seniors often overlook. Practices that really work for stress relief, that restore calm, and that don't require any pills or prescriptions. These exercises are not new. Many have been practiced for centuries in different cultures. But for seniors, they offer something modern medicine sometimes cannot: the power to take control. Gently, naturally, and immediately. Why does breathing work so well? Science gives us answers. When we breathe shallowly, high in the chest, the body thinks we're in danger. It releases cortisol, the stress hormone. Blood pressure rises, muscles tense, and anxiety increases. But when we breathe slowly and deeply, especially into the belly, the body activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. Heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, muscles relax. Breathing tells the body, you are safe. For seniors who often carry constant worry, this shift can mean better sleep, calmer days, and even improved memory. Take Helen, a 78-year-old retired nurse from Michigan. She was used to caring for others, but rarely cared for herself. After retirement, she said, "My mind kept racing. I worried about money, my health, my children. I couldn't shut it off." She began practicing a simple breathing exercise. Inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 6. At first, I felt silly, she said, but then I noticed I was sleeping better. I felt calmer in the mornings. I had energy again. Helen realized that her breath, something she had overlooked her entire life, was her medicine. So, what are these 6 overlooked breathing exercises? The first is diaphragmatic breathing, sometimes called belly breathing. It's as simple as placing one hand on the chest, one on the belly, and inhaling so the belly rises more than the chest. Seniors who practice this daily notice reduced tension and improved oxygen flow. Joseph, 81, in Michigan, laughed. "It feels like I'm finally using my lungs properly for the first time." The second is box breathing, a technique often used by Navy SEALs, but powerful for seniors too. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold again for 4. This steady rhythm gives anxious minds something to focus on and calms racing thoughts. Grace, 75, in New York, used box breathing before her doctor's appointments. "I used to panic in waiting rooms," she said. "Now I breathe in a box and my anxiety doesn't win." The third is extended exhale breathing. Inhale slowly, then exhale for twice as long. This signals the body to deeply relax. George, the widower, used this during sleepless nights. "Exhaling longer than I inhaled tricked my body into calm," he said. For seniors who wake in the night with worry, this technique is life-changing. The fourth is alternate nostril breathing, an ancient practice from yoga. Close one nostril, inhale, switch, and exhale through the other. At first, it may feel awkward, but seniors who try it report a surprising sense of balance and focus. Dolores, a retired teacher in California, explained, "When I do this, my mind feels clearer. It's like flipping a switch between chaos and calm." The fifth is humming breath. Inhale deeply, then exhale with a gentle hum. The vibration soothes the nervous system, slows the mind, and even improves mood. In group classes, seniors laugh together while humming, turning it into both a breathing exercise and a social joy. The sixth is guided imagery breathing. Inhale while imagining breathing in light or peace. Exhale while imagining releasing fear or tension. Nancy, a 74-year-old in Texas, pictured waves on a beach. "I'd breathe in as the wave came, breathe out as it went. My stress melted with the tide," she said. Each of these 6 exercises works not because they are complicated, but because they are simple. Seniors don't need equipment, gyms, or prescriptions. They only need awareness of their breath. Practiced daily, even for 5 minutes, these techniques reduce anxiety, improve focus, lower blood pressure, and bring peace. But perhaps the greatest gift of breathing is empowerment. Seniors who feel helpless against stress, who fear they must rely on pills or on others, discover that their breath is always with them. They realize they have power, even in silence, even in solitude. Breathing is independence. It is dignity. Of course, seniors may hesitate. They may think, this is too simple to work. But the stories around prove otherwise. Helen sleeps better. George calms midnight anxiety. Grace manages medical stress. Dolores clears her mind. Nancy feels waves of peace. Their breath became their therapy. Now, imagine a senior waking tomorrow morning. Instead of immediately worrying, they sit, place a hand on their belly, and breathe slowly. They hum softly. They picture peace flowing in, fear flowing out. Within minutes, their body relaxes, their mind steadies, their day begins differently. Stress is not erased, but it no longer controls them. And here is the invitation for you. If you are a senior, which of these 6 exercises will you try today? If you are a family member, will you practice with your loved one? Share your answer in the comments. Your story may inspire another to breathe their way into peace. Share this video with someone who needs stress relief without medication. And subscribe to Verdant Years, where every week we bring tools, stories, and inspiration to help seniors live with calm, dignity, and joy. Because aging should not mean living in constant tension, it should mean breathing easier, living lighter, and finding peace within. Stress is real, but so is the breath. And as long as you breathe, you have the power to heal.